I guess we could sit here and talk about things here, Zeke, but anything we have to say would take away from these two wonderful, amazing runners that we were talking about just before we got on air here. Relkin, Telethar, what is there to say?
This race is going to be awesome.
And why is it going to be awesome?
Well, for starters, I think when it comes to Crosskeys, Relkin is one of those top-level players that everybody thinks of. Up there with names like Zelga Dasan, Wallkicks, Goomba, Illith Lin. Relkin's up there. And anybody who's been watching the last year of Rando knows that Telestar shows up and just absolutely takes the Rando world by storm. Anything else of note you want to talk about there, Rick?
Well, if I don't typo things, I guess we could be ready to properly get things going. These runners do have a seed. I guess they do need that seed if they're going to play this game.
Usually the case. So we'll give them a couple of minutes to get set up because they're both on. They've both got to get transferred over to the SD to SNES and everything. And that's not a slow process, but it's not the fastest process either, is it, Rick?
I mean, you can make it done rather easy with some certain tools, but usually there is a little bit of a process. And of course, there also comes to the decision, what MSU do I want to use today?
We didn't even ask them, so we're just going to guess and hope the chat knows what they're using.
I mean, maybe. Of course, it also depends if there's going to be audio. So, anyway, just bear with us for just a moment. There we go. I hear some audio. But yeah, I do think this is a pretty phenomenal race. I mean, Relkin, he became the in-person Speed Gaming Live winner, not because he showed up at the event. He had to take down some names to get to where he was in that tournament.
And take down names he did.
That he did. I mean, you had Illis over there. You had Arior. You had Andy. You had a lot of various names that showed up from the Link to the Past randomizer community. So,
I mean, it sounds like a who's who of Rando, and it looks like we're about to be off.
All right, let's go ahead and start. We start ourselves Link's house, and we get ourselves the first castle tower key because that's always fun.
And we're going to go see what's in Sanctuary.
What do you think Sanctuary is?
I'm going to go with, let's have be a little nice today. I'm going to say it's in the Smith house area.
Yeah, you're right.
We'll try and get Telethar's feed here synced up here shortly. Thank you again to Nissan Alex for
also
taking the time to run the restream and dedicate his channel for it. So thank you very much.
That's Vanilla.
What is?
The Breadsmith
Smith
home.
House. I hadn't noticed because I was too busy watching Telehar's screen to see when we started. So
I wonder how many times you're going to do that's Vanilla count for it today. That's not Hotel
Vanilla.
Mario, though.
Actually, I think that's in the right spot, just in the wrong world.
Yeah. And they're right next to each other.
Kakariko Shopping Mall.
Let's see what's in the warehouse.
Hey, that's Vanilla. Yes, that's Forced Vanilla.
And And Ice Rod Cave, the wrong entrance.
Good bee cave.
Let's see if we can't get a good 50-50. Looks like Telethar does. And we get ourselves a fairy phone as a result. We see Mimic Cave over here at the what is normally a shop in Kakariko Village.
I think that's our first item entrance we found. And Relkin does not get the 50-50.
Yeah, that's a little bit of annoying here, but he's just going to continue with the route and hope to get bombs at some point. And there's some bombs that you can't purchase them. We do find out that Mystery Mire and Turtle Rock are 5-6.
Well, that guarantees one thing, Rick.
What does that guarantee
Mario's
us?
not in the Pyramid Fairy entrance.
I mean, it could still.
I mean,
But it has to be a connector.
Yeah, it has to be a connector next. Hey, we like seeing that. Rick, why do they get an early sword? I've been in enough practice with you. We never do.
That's because the game knows and hates us.
Hey, bombs. We like those.
Relkin
I
likes
think
them
those were
more than
bombs
Telethar does, but Telethar at least had 0 going in, so...
Yeah.
I didn't even get to see what we had for our race game.
It looked like bombs, actually.
Okay, so we're not really caring about those.
All we care about is the entrance, but we can get another chance to check here with Telethar. Yeah, those are bombs.
And he's done at least with that portion of the village. Relkin's going to double back, so that way he can't orphan the bombable spot. Telethar gets his castle tower key. And now Relkin gets the 50-50.
Yep, that. I was about to say, I bet he gets 50-50 now that he has it.
All right, continuing our look over here at more of our drop downs. First, we're going to start with Hyrule Castle, which is not the drop down, but it is the Palace of Darkness with free bombs.
Yep. Palace of Darkness. Isn't this Palace of Free Bombs?
I mean, yes. And Relkin continuing to search out the village. He's just going to blind drop down into the Lost Woods drop down.
I mean, if it's something you need anyways, it's faster to just drop down on this one.
Pretty much.
It's a very slow, because it's 3 screen transitions just to check.
And we get ourselves a key. This is going to be a small key to Ganon's tower.
I mean, depending on the mode, it could be on top of the... Ganon's tower could be on top of the castle. It would be a castle tower then, right?
Telethar really hates his blue guard.
No, the blue guard just hates him instead.
Old man. All right, well, we now know where he is. And Magic Bat at...
Magic Bat in the castle?
The castle.
Yeah. Well, at least the old man spawns a closer spawn once we save the old man. It's a nicer spawn for going to Kakariko.
Yeah, but I'm kind of iffy about it when I already have an entrance that is in Kakariko Village. And the Sanctuary being at the Magic Bat is close enough to Kakariko Village that I'm like, about that old man location.
Yeah, it's not the worst. I'd rather have it somewhere else.
It could be better. It could be a lot worse. Hey, there's the dam.
Yep. We can... Oh, hey, there's
there's the Janus Samaria.
Like I said, it wasn't going to be in the Pyramid Fairy entrance.
You just had to prove me wrong.
I mean, it was very unlikely to be in this entrance in this case.
Let me see. There's the Hookshot Cave possibility. There's the Paradox possibility. There is the Hyrule Castle possibility. There's Desert possibility. There was Super Bunny, Spiral Cave. There's a lot of possibilities where we could have ended up having a Canis Mario there at the Pyramid entrance there, but just go ahead, squish my dreams flat.
Okay, I will.
There's our well.
You like to see that not in the next drop-down line.
Yes. The next drop-down, you hope to see either Useless Fairy or the Escape. The sewers. Not the sewers, the Secret Passage.
But you definitely do not want to see the pig. Which is why Relkin's going to check it in a minute, and it'll be Garen.
I mean, we did start with a castle tower key as our very first check of the game, so why not?
On the bright side, whatever item is in there is visible. Because we've already seen our treasure entrances for drop-downs between mostly the well and Magic Bat. So, Lumberjack is still a visible item at least.
Relkin will make the 20 rupee pickup here, considering the fact that he has not done the bottle vendor. And there's Super Bunny right there. Squish my dreams even further.
I mean, it still could come out of Pyramid Fairy.
Nope, my dream's already dead.
I mean, yes, but...
And we get one of our two favorites over here at the tree.
I would actually argue this is the favorite, because this means that the fairy drop-down can still be in the pyramid.
Yeah. I do agree with you on that one. As we get just absolutely nothing here, but we're going to go ahead and mark this one off.
Worth noting, we did get the big key to Misery Mire to go with Arcane. Do you think the game's telling us it wants us to go to kill Vitreous? Because it would need to give us some weapons and a way into Misery Mire first.
Yeah, we're still missing a couple of things in order for Misery Mire to be a thing, but we're still just absolutely a long way away from things being for real needed here. And Relkin's going to go ahead and do Super Bunny now. It makes sense. You really can't do anything about the next drop downs. You've already seen the big treasure drop downs.
And you can easily route in the one drop down you can clear with a Houlihan path to Witch's Hut as well.
And these are two items that are in logic here in the spear ones. Relkin's shaping up a bomb jump, pulls it off.
That was very well done. Especially given that beetle want to harass him.
Relkin made sure that beetle stayed far enough away not to destroy his bomb a chance. Yeah, we find a heart container and a compass. We are so excited about compasses in this mode.
Wait, are we?
We're not.
Okay.
That statement had about as much sarcasm dripping off it as a ice cream cone on this hot summer's day. Nice exit point, by the way.
Do a little bit of what I like to call devaluing the mirror.
Yep. The only bad thing about this is that this will orphan off the Agate Tower entrance, but this will allow Relkin to route in these two, which he has not seen, so he'll be able to get in here to the Palace of Darkness.
Which... there's something in here. There's an item. It's not useful, I don't think. But there's an item.
No. Telethar didn't get anything really good out of here. I don't think he was jumping for joy for that quarter heart. Telethar tried to do a bomb jump, and unfortunately went horizontal as opposed to vertical.
Well, the obvious answer to that is, if you're being bomb jumped horizontally, you should just turn your sprite sideways so it goes vertically instead. That's the logic, right?
Sure. And we notice both runners have chosen not to do the mimic clip here.
And it might just be the fact that it's kind of a slow set of checks to do out of logic. Because they can easily get back and do it later. Because that is a very accessible Palace of Darkness.
Yeah, I think if you're talking about a rude location to that Palace of Darkness, you probably consider doing it. But in this case, probably not. Palace or Desert Palace, small key right there.
Nice key to have before you find Desert Palace. Also, a very nice cave to have sitting right here next to Link's house.
Yeah, but all the bombs. Relkin was going, why couldn't you give me those bombs at the beginning when I needed that 50-50? And we find, I believe this is Death Mountain Descension that he's in.
Yeah, that's the Descent Cave. Let's see where this goes in the dark. This is not logical.
Yeah, but I do give Relkin credit for going through this one, at least knowing what exactly he needs to do in this regards. And this shows off just how much these runners know this game. Oh my. Good exit.
That's a great exit point.
So Death Mountain Descension is actually Death Mountain Ascension this time around. Jonathan has opted to say no to it.
I mean, again, not in logic. Might be looking for things to make that cave faster, or find connectors to things that are in logic.
And there's our old man rescue. Right, Chalothar's decision making here isn't a bad decision. It's not a good decision. It's just a decision.
It's a school of thought.
Yeah.
There isn't a right or wrong way to play Crosskeys.
Well, there is a wrong way to play Crosskeys, but it isn't the way that these two play Crosskeys.
I mean, can anybody tell me the record on these two, since I don't have it up at the moment?
Old man with 50 rupees. These are 3-in-1 runners here, Zeke.
Excellent. Yeah.
Swamp Palace.
You and I, Alex asked for commentary, and we decided we want to call a top-level race. Maybe you and I can learn something watching these two.
You know what it is about me and learning. It's something I don't do.
Quote 163.
Exactly.
There's the back of Bumper Cave.
Yeah, this is one that you wish you weren't. That's one where you wish that you could at least have something to do something with that. We found the back of the desert, which obviously since you already have the key, you're not going to steal that key.
I mean, why would you?
Exactly. So it looks like this was actually not just a 3-1. This is a 4-0 versus a 3-1.
I'm gonna go find out the score real quick.
So this is a pair up, if that is the case. We find Sea House over at the dam, and we find a restocker over here at the bottom of the mountain. We missed what Telethar got inside of the Sea House, but we did find ourselves a Palace of Darkness key.
And yeah, Relkin is 4-0 right now, so. So yeah, 4-0 to 3-1. Relkin is 4-0.
That's gonna be tough when you're 3-1 and you're like, okay, let's see who we wind up getting, and you get the pair up.
I mean, wouldn't you have been afraid to see that?
Yes. Nice
Ice
palace found over
Palace.
at Agina.
We had I'm assuming that was the back of Old Man, and it led to the Dark Potion. That is not a great spawn.
Dark Potion, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, that probably wasn't a really good location to come out to. You can't really do anything at this point without a Moon Pearl. I mean, you couldn't
even
even
with
do
a Moon
anything
Pearl,
if
it's
you
not-
had a Moon Pearl.
It's not a great one with a Moon Pearl, so.
Yeah, Dataplet putting out a very interesting note here. Either Wall Kicks or Zulga at the end of this week is going to be 3-2. That's crazy.
Wow.
As those two got paired up in this week of the Swiss format. You got to pair up too yourself, didn't you?
I did, yes.
Such a great feeling.
It looks like Telethar is going back into the Palace of Darkness. He did get a small key, so that puts 2 more items into logic.
Nah, these two won't have anything important.
No, one of them will have pod key.
See, nothing important.
Yeah, $20, not important. And Ice Rod, not important.
Yep, Ice Rod is not important. Never
Ignore
mind the fact.
Ignore the crystal on Trinex.
Yes. Never mind the fact that it's a 5/6 crystal. That's not important. The Quarreling Brothers.
I forget which one's the older brother and which one's the younger brother.
The one who sealed up the door.
I think the older one's on the right, but do you know how long it's been since I've played this game in the vanilla format in English?
I don't know which one it is. I just know that one sealed up the door. Both of these runners are checking Potion Shop. It is the Magic Cape, King's Tomb, and it's just got 20 rupees in here.
So something's got to give for logic here pretty soon.
Yeah, and I'm thinking southeast corner.
Probably.
Because that's what we really haven't checked yet. Now, granted, this check that's coming up here for Telethar, if he can get this fake flipper, would be in logic. If it turns out not to be our useless fairy cave.
Well, you think it's going to be vanilla? Because it absolutely is.
It is. Sadness and inbound for both of these runners. We have not seen Ganon. He's either vanilla or here at the Sanctuary. The other one is the Lumberjack drop down.
Honestly, in my shoes, I kind of like to see Ganon be in the pyramid because that means you know your opponent has 2 anyways, and it takes out the do I climb question.
Yep, we guarantee climb as we find the Lumberjack drop down, and all right, we have ourselves an a Ganon Tower required seed. All right, so southeast corner, let's go.
So what's in the southeast corner, do you think?
Annoyance.
My guess is we're going to have a vanilla mini Moldorm cave with some items. Of all the silly things I can call for.
I'm leaving this server if that is vanilla. It's
not vanilla, so you have to stay now.
Good. It is a GT small. We technically do need those.
That said, do you know what else we need to use those keys?
What?
GT.
Well, yeah, but technically you need 4 of them in order to make all of that logical. So Relkin, unfortunately, is going to be going back in the other direction here to see what we have over here to the left.
I mean, he didn't go this way originally, so it makes sense.
Yeah, it's just more sadness the fact that we now know that the answer is on this side of the world. Desert.
But let's see what's in the other entrance first, because that's a connector.
Yep, so desert is the answer. Whether it's by way of connector or the 3 items we can get out of desert right now.
So what do you think is going to be in here is the first question.
Nothing.
I'm gonna
I
guess
think
there's going to be some money in here.
I think there's nothing in here. See, that's nothing.
Yeah, you can swim without those, right? We've seen them all fake flippering.
Oh gosh. See, there's your money.
We like money.
Yeah, I'm more afraid of what we need 404 more rupees for.
Hopefully not something like a moon pearl.
I've already seen one race this week, or was it last week? Either or work. I've already seen one race this physical week where it's been Moon Pearl on Zora.
Yeah, I played one last night.
Why not have another one?
Well,
Five rupees on the
doesn't have
torch.
anything.
We do not care about those 5 rupees. As Telethar exits out here, and we are in the Dark World at Dark Flute 5.
I forgot about the Dark Link money sprite being Link. So Dark Flute 5 for our Desert West connection. So either we have a required bunny walk, or we've got a connector to like East Death Mountain out the center entrance.
Well, you gotta remember the flippers do open up 2 more entrances and 3 items.
You know, we called that nothing, and so I actually wrote it off as nothing in my brain.
We had a term in Zelda 1 called deceptive commentary, although we do have this, which is...
That's a glove.
Yeah, I was gonna say, wait, was that what I thought it was? Okay, we're looking for connectors to get ourselves there, but we also need a mirror,
Yeah.
too, for that.
Oh, hey, look, it's Agina.
Where is Agina?
The bottom of Fairy Ascension Cave.
The top or bottom?
The bottom.
Hey,
That's a
it's
big
our
key
Palace of
pod.
Darkness big key.
Also, I told you this was going to be East Death Mountain access.
You did. Why am I denying what you're telling me?
What do you mean?
It's nothing in this desert. It can't take you over here to the right side desert. That can't be a
How about
moon pearl.
on Hype Cave?
That can't be
How
a
about
shovel. That can't be a heart piece. That can't be bombs. That can't be a useless map.
Oh, wow, that is a useless map. This does take out the trying to dig for rupees for Zora without a shovel, like Dataplet was saying in chat.
This can't be Myra Shed.
I'm pretty sure this is Meyer Shed, Rick.
This can't be 10 arrows coming up.
It's not.
Okay, it's not.
Are you done now?
I'm gonna get one of these exactly correct.
I mean, you just did. It wasn't 10 arrows.
Alright. This is the end of the road there for Telethar. And we've seen one passage to the Dark World so far.
We've seen 2, and we have the flippers to use the other one.
Well, the other one isn't in logic.
I mean, yes. The big
Hey.
key of pod. I already shouted that out.
Well, shout it out again.
Okay, it's the big key of Palace of Darkness in Agina's cave.
There we go.
We're just leaving that piece of heart there on the ground. Maybe one of the animals can eat it.
Yeah, we're not too worried about health at this stage of the run because of the fact that at this point, you're trying to set up for death warps at various places. More hearts means harder to do.
Where did this hookshot cave go? Does anybody remember?
No, we haven't seen it.
This might be a connector to the Dark World then. Maybe Village of Outcasts. That'd be nice.
Nah, this is gonna dump us out at Link Bonks. Oh no, not. We've already seen Link Bonks. Desert Right! There we go.
See, I can't be wrong. That long pause of where do I want to go?
Yeah, because your one real entrance to the Dark World at this point, you don't really want to do.
I mean,
because
it's a very long walk over there.
Yeah, it's all the way over there at the southeast corner.
It might even be faster to just go... Oh, hey, we're going up the mountain with Telethar. But it might be faster to start a sanctuary and swim using the NMG Whirlpool.
The NMG Whirlpool?
Yeah, the one that
You're talking about the one that's northeast of the village, right?
Yeah. I don't think it's faster, but it might be. But also, if you're going to go there, it might just be faster to jump in the lake and swim over.
You realize how cold that lake is?
It's not that cold. There's no ice floating in it. That's the other world.
That doesn't mean it's a balmy 70 degrees in that water.
You never know. We don't have any weather experts over in Hyrule tell us what the climate's like.
That water in that lake could very well be 42 degrees and you'll like it.
Yes. And have we seen any Links complaining about having to jump in that water?
Yes. You have to wonder if that pew noise is just the ah.
And to answer a question, no. Rick and I do not know Swedish, so we can't.
I mean, we could try to fake it, but it would be an absolute farce.
I think Nissan would prefer us not to do that.
I think Nissan would get canceled on Twitch very, very fast.
So I think we will continue to speak English.
Yeah, sure. I refuse to use Chat GPT. I just refuse.
Alright, we're checking out the man under the bridge.
Yeah, this is something that Telethar didn't do.
I sometimes think of this guy by name Jim, because you might remember from previous League seasons a runner by the name of Hobo Jim.
You say Jim? Nice. Alright, I guess we can take another connector.
And another entrance.
So you say Jim.
Yes.
And what comes to mind is Jim Croce. Now, you may not know who Jim Croce is.
Not off the top of my head.
But he was known back in the 1960s for a song called You Don't Mess Around with Jim. I know this is miles over Zeke's head right now.
Yes, yes it is.
So let's get back to more modern references.
How about Ice Rock Cave at Spike Cave entrance?
Yeah, this is something that Relkin couldn't check earlier because bunny reasons. And Relkin's going to check that, or go through the desert here to head on over towards the Palace of Darkness region.
I mean, it's new entrances for him. Or he's going to go check the other drop down. Because Relkin could just go through the back of Old Man.
Oh,
to go to the Dark Potion Shop. So.
Right. I was forgetting that it's left, not middle. That is over here at Dark 5.
Oh, right. Right. So he is going to pod area.
Yep.
But you know, keeping track of things is hard, especially when I don't have a map because I only have one screen.
Yeah, I've got a map over here on my right-hand side, and I'm still getting things messed up. Chat, this is where you're supposed to be helping us out.
I mean, to be completely fair, I get mixed up while playing this game. Also, this is incredibly dramatic Dark World music.
All right, what do we got over here for 110 rupees?
One of the snitch houses from Kakariko.
We see the capacity ferry, and we see the spiral
What's
cave.
that cave?
I don't know what it is, Zeke. Can somebody help me out and tell me what that cave is?
If you happen to be sub to Rick, drop the Aderon spiral in chat.
Thank you.
Why am I not surprised that it's Kiki doing it?
Thank you. I'll take more ways to make me salty for 100, Alex. Hyrule Castle over here at the Dark Ferry. The place that Relkin's about to go see right here as well.
One item in logic.
And it's always a whopper when that item is a necessary item and it's in logic. But this time it's
Like
a
a
unique
single arrow?
item.
Very necessary.
Just not the unique item we're looking for.
Alright, what one unique item are we looking for right now, Rick? I would love to hear your answer.
I mean, I would love to see the hammer so that way I can get the bag 3 of escape and not play this key game.
I don't think there's a key game. I don't think. Given that the hammer is guaranteed required anyways, it's only really dangerous if the hammer is literally back there. Also, fun game knowledge there from Telethar. The ice rod kills blue guards, and I don't know why.
Kills blue guards, but not green guards. Because that's the only reason why Ice Rod is not possible in standard modes.
Don't you wish you could use it in standard mode? It would take out a lot of stress.
I don't know what you're talking about. That particular one item that could be a needle in a haystack hunt in almost every mode? Oh, almost.
Whoa, that clink was very dangerous.
Yeah, good maneuver there by Telethar to back up and avert himself from danger. Relkin's getting annoying guard.
And just some arrows.
Yeah. The Yippee Yahoo 20 rupees and 10 arrows that you got from doing the escape out of logic.
To go with the one arrow we got in logic.
As Relkin will show us the middle Hyrule Castle entrance, and well, we're not worried about that cave anymore.
And
that's a
getting
map.
a map.
A useless map. The other useless map.
I mean, we technically have 2 more useless maps because we did find Bomb Shop.
Well, yes, true. And if we find Sahasrahla, that would make for another useless map, but still. The right from the start useless map.
The other one, because I believe we found GT earlier.
Yep.
Tight cave, wasn't it?
Yep.
Also, I can't see where Telethar is, so we must be in Dark Cross region.
You mean Relkin?
Yeah, Relkin. Their names are very similar. They both have an L sound in there.
Yeah, Relkin currently is trying to get down to Dark Cross. Now is down in Dark Cross. Needs to be just careful because we're dealing with the
Oh,
mushroom there. I forgot, we actually did come out into Graveyard Ledge, so it's the light world equivalent of those ropes. Because the dark world ones, they do 2 hearts damage.
Yeah, you don't usually do that in the dark when you're in Dark World state.
And I think that's why Relkin decided, instead of checking this entrance, to go down to Dark Cross, because he thought about doing that at first.
Yes, but turns out this just goes to Dark Death Mountain. That's a good connector.
3 entrances, plus you get some information. You find out that Misery Mire's there that we can't do anything about. If we need to get into the Turtle Rock entrance, we need the Quake.
So the entrance is vanilla? I hope it's not vanilla. I don't want TR main to be there.
Why?
Because that's not a fun spot for TR main.
Where is a fun spot for TR main?
Pawn Crocs.
Hey, Relkin, who knows that at some point he may need Zora money, has decided to play the Arrow game.
Just taking it slow, doing it the safe way for slightly less money.
Not everyone can do the 99 strats.
I can't.
I can't either.
So... we're just gonna sit here and work our way up to Zora money. You know, I've been playing Crosskeys for multiple years, and I didn't learn this because of to play Crosskeys. You know what I mean?
Relkin taking a look at his 481 rupees. Not enough. We need to play this one more time.
Well, I mean,
And here we go. Simultaneous Arrow game. Let's go.
All right, Telethar, are you going to go for the 99?
Nope.
No.
I love the simultaneous Arrow game, though.
So do we have our highlight moment of the match now?
Yes.
Okay.
Never mind the execution. Never mind anything else that's going to wind up happening in this seed. We have Arrow game. And we have magic bat skipping.
This could be huge for Relkin. Telethar did not do Dark Cross. I didn't know you could even set it up that far away.
Neither did I. And that is a small key to thieves.
That could actually be important too.
Yes, it could. Telethar missed out on the 64. That last arrow was a little early.
Can I point out that both runners managed to go into this with the exact same number of rupees?
I mean, you could. Telethar's got to make sure, and this is good game knowledge too, because you have to wait for your rupees to start counting up before you can do the save and quit. Because if you don't, it doesn't count.
But yeah, it's I noticed that both runners would have had Telethar hit that last arrow, both runners will have walked out with 481 rupees, and when Relkin went back in.
Yep, it doesn't. You have to start the count of the rupees have to begin. Otherwise, you save and quit. You don't get the 64. I have felt sadness because of it.
Yep. I also didn't notice that the day I did it, and walked the pod with 90 rupees.
TR right. At the waterfall.
Opting not to go to Zora with... Actually, no, we are going out of logic to pick up the one
No,
item that you can get in here? Yeah, this is logical. So we have Kane. He had the bomb because he's out of magic.
Yep.
I see bomb jump and my brain just goes for out of logic.
Yeah, and that's the only reason why this was considered out of logic here for Rulkin, is the fact that Alright, that is today I learned.
Yep.
And this is what makes these... Yeah, that is what makes these two runners a lot better in being able to play this game than you and I are at this point. Although Rulkin does need to be a little careful, though. Wow.
I mean, no!
Oh.
Don't you love having green mail and 6 hearts?
It's such a wonderful thrill. And Telethar is just opting, I do not want to play around here. I am just going to go through this door with the key and get 20 rupees as a result.
I mean, if he needs the key, he knows where it is.
Mm-hmm. Let's see how Rulkin decides to do this now after the death. Looks like he's still opting to go for this key.
Really, the fact that this works is incredible to me.
So they're waiting for the chain chomps to react. Now hits the switch and gets ourselves, a death sanctuary heart. Setting up for the death warp, and here's something that fills up your life.
Yeah, at least chain chomps are still efficient at killing you.
Yeah, I mean, yes. It won't take that long, it's just that... Oh, come on, game. Alright, Zora area check. We got ourselves a piece of heart. And after all that arrow gameplay, is this going to be required, Zeke?
No.
What is it going to be?
Life lesson. Luckily, Rulkin didn't actually get down to Death Warp range, so didn't lose that much time off of getting refilled.
It is, well,
a life lesson.
A life lesson in a different way.
Isn't it a life lesson for sale when it's 20 rupees because you lose that much money?
Suppose you could be right. Either way, it's a scam.
It's always a scam.
Looks like Telethar is opting to go over to the TR left entrance.
I mean, it's logical.
It is.
We're not going to do it the logical way because that's very, very slow.
I mean, you could. You'll be regretting a lot of things if you choose to do so.
Like I said, it's a very, very slow logical way. And we have a much faster out of logical way to do it.
Alright, TR left. Alright, well, I mean, I guess that's more things to do.
It does.
And it looks like Rulkin's going to be doing the same here as Telethar needs rupees for dig game, so the 20 rupees there will help.
I mean, he's at dig game money.
Yep.
Honestly, this Crosskeys has been hit with the sign of resource management is important. And here's finally something huge. Welcome to Paradox Cave.
Doesn't look that huge to me. That bomb throw could be something left to be desired, though.
No, it's something right to be desired.
Thank you, Zeke. Mirror!
Like I said, it's huge.
I don't know, it still looks normal size to me. It doesn't look all that huge.
I mean, it's Paradox. It's bigger on the inside.
Are we really sure?
How else can you explain the vanilla entrance layout of this cave?
You can't. Math teachers have a better job of trying to explain the Pythagorean theorem, as people here trying to explain Paradox Cave.
That's not what you want to see.
Yeah, I can't get that from here. It's a one-wayer.
We would like a glove of video game.
We just got a mirror. What more do you want?
A hook shot. A hammer.
What are things to beat Swamp Palace? What are things to beat Ice Palace? What are things to do things on the mountain?
Is this named that Dungeon Requirements Jeopardy Edition?
No, this is Pyramid.
Oh, hey, where we have the top entrance? Where did it spit out? I missed it.
I don't know. But I do know that Relkin doesn't like where the bottom spits him out.
I mean, neither do you.
Did you ask me?
No. But I know. But I've watched enough Crosskeys. No, I've watched enough of you playing Crosskeys. No, you don't like getting one place.
Well, I'd like to be more than one Wade. That's why going through connectors could be a scary thing, especially when you're in an area. Hi there.
Remember when I called something devaluing the mirror?
Paradox Top, yeah.
We have castle access without mirror. We took out Light World Bumper. We've taken out Graveyard Ledge.
All right, so we got plenty of things we can do. As both of these runners are about to do a high five over here in the swamp area. That's been one thing that has been remarkable about the first 49 minutes of this run, is just how on top of each other have been. Relkin has the mushroom already traded in. He's going to get something here. It's just a boomerang.
Greater than blue.
If that was boots, oh my goodness.
I'd not like to see that be boots, because that's not a good spot for the mushroom.
No, it's not.
Oh, hey, it's a tavern. Wonder if they get any clientele here. 8 bombs stun, though.
All right, so it looks like we're going to have K45 and Stumpy coming up here next. What does Stumpy have?
The flute.
That happened to you last night, wasn't it?
Yes, it did. That's why I said it.
20 rupees. If you can blow a tune on those rupees, well, you're a person of greater talent than I am.
Yeah, same.
Library with nothing in there. All right, so arrow game, and then we'll go ahead and check what the Quarreling Brother home there is at the race game, and then do the dig game. And
Go
so
from there.
far, we have nothing that gets us over towards the northwest
Oh, hi,
corner of
GT.
the Death Mountain, but that's a GT that we can at least do a couple of things in.
We can get 3 items here.
Nothing important. Nothing important. And how'd you like to have some tiles hurled at you?
I I don't, but I have a feeling I don't get an option here.
At this point, you have to check this room.
Absolutely.
By the way, Rob can just check the Quarreling Brother home. It looks like it's absolutely nothing.
Is there going to be something underground?
So far, the answer is no. It's a small key. There's our sewer's key.
Where's our lamp?
That is a very good question. Are 3 checks in GT useless?
That's a key.
And we'll remember that small key for later.
No, really. Where's our lamp?
It's somewhere. If you want me to answer where exactly, I don't have an answer for you.
Don't you love having the ability to turn yourself invisible and intangible and have tiles thrown at you from across the room?
It's a wonderful feeling. I just thought of something.
Oh no.
There's a key up on Spectacle Rock, isn't there?
Yes, there is.
We now have access to that key as well as the Hera entrance.
Yes, we do, because we have access logically to Dark Death Mountaintop.
And that is by way of Hyrule Castle. Although there's an easier way to get there than to go through Hyrule Castle, through multiple connectors. There's also a wonderful possibility that a one-off could have our next stage of progression.
I mean, we have a cape.
Okay, we have that. That's not where I was going with that, but that is a possibility, yes.
We could just be trying to go through this bumper here.
It could be, but that's not where I was going with that comment.
Yes. And this is just Village of Outcasts access.
Yep, there you go.
Enough. We can't say that yet. This isn't what you like to see.
Why?
Video game!
This is the big key to this dungeon.
This game never changes, does it?
No, it doesn't.
So, Telethar wants this to be very specifically the vanilla dropdown.
It won't.
He'd be okay with the left side dropdown. It's the vanilla dropdown. We have access to... So, this is very, very bad access to the back of Village of Outcasts.
Why?
Because it's very slow to have to drop down, go all the way through and all that.
Okay, yeah, true. Alright, this is going to take you to pinball. No, it doesn't.
Relkin deciding to pick up this entrance first, or this entrance item.
There's a glove.
Okay, that helps. We have slightly better access to the rest of the world by taking the paradox connector and using the mirror to go through the block.
Yeah, I like how you marked it as slightly. Relkin is thinking deeply, heavily, and now drops in. Same hole that Telethar has dropped in too, so he will now get that glove as well.
That looked a lot like, where do I want to go? How do I want to play everyone's favorite game of drop-down roulette? Roulette. I don't know why I silenced the T's, but...
Too much French.
Telethar decides he wants that full magic drop.
Makes sense, otherwise you have to spend that time getting this bomb. And Telethar will have the return back to start.
You know, it's amazing, Rick. These runners have been basically on top of each other for the last 57 minutes.
Outside of a couple of minor differences between these two, it has been pretty much a follow you, follow me type of seed for these two. And the one thing I was thinking of before we got this resolution here, I was thinking that one item we have access to in Swamp.
Where's Swamp Palace? Did I miss it?
Eastern Palace.
Okay.
Egg Tower. And both runners do have a key, so they're going to be able to, out of logic, get the second item if they choose to. Oh!
That helps with the out of logic play.
Yes, it does.
Also, of course both runners have a small key. I'd like to remind you where our small key was.
Link's house. And we get a small GT. That's all four, isn't it?
It is. We now
Well,
know
we
GT climbs
of course need them, but all right, we're gonna check the Dark Lumberjack house now. And Dark Lumberjack is just a place to get our health refilled, as both of these two do another high five.
Let us have a cup of tea.
Neither have opted for that cup of tea. So if they're doing the dance. Yep, the dance of the Myrtle Dactyl.
Dancing with Dactos.
Do 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 do. I better not do that, otherwise we'll get the stream muted.
I think Nissan would prefer us not get his stream muted.
I don't know. What does Nissan think? It gets muted anyway. As we hit the 1 hour mark, let's go ahead and give a big old thank you to Nissan and Nilson Alex for doing the restream for this race anyway, and also big thank you to the runners for agreeing to getting this stream on the air. They're Relkin 96 and Telethar. I'm Adirondack Rick.
I'm Zeke. I went.
This is a connector.
And remember, if you're looking at doing a restream like this, always ask the runners first. That is in the terms of service.
Yeah. You do want to, it's not just common courtesy, it is part of the TOS. Hey, Thieves Town just shifted over one place to the right.
I mean, you like finding Thieves Town. Maybe there's a big key in here for Thieves Town.
And Relkin has found the way to the mitts.
You like the mitts.
Relkin considering heading back over. He has now.
No. Relkin's going into Hyrule Castle. Or not.
I think he saw that rock and was like, have I been through here yet? Better make sure. I think that's exactly what that moment was. And
Sometimes
we've all
that
been
happens.
there. We've all been there.
I was about to be very
GT.
upset if that was the Thieves' Town key. It is vanilla location.
And here is Spectacle Rock at Tower of Hera.
This entrance shifted 2 inches vertically.
And nothing in here. So Relkin now has improved access to the Dark World. And I get the reason why Telethar opted not to do this, because he wanted to get the Village of Outcasts checked first, in case this came out like on a Bonk's rock
You can
cave.
walk through that house.
Yep.
Anyways, yeah. Sorry. It makes sense for Relkin to be following these because he can quite naturally connect to the Dark World from a mountain cave spawn now.
Telethar back in GT with a fire rod in hand. Now we're going to get over to the Compass Room and then over to the Armos Knights. The Ice
Skull with
Armos.
small key. I mean, that's convenient enough, I guess. We can at least do the back without having to kill that Gibdo.
That sounds like something that is better when you don't have to do.
That was a new setup I've not seen before.
And he pulled it off with almost zero hesitation.
I mean, how practiced are these runners? That's a bow.
And where did that take us out? And there's a big key to the Hera as well.
We've not seen this interest, and we just got bow right before we can get to Ice Armos. How convenient.
And Relkin comes out in a one-way.
I'd like to just say, that's not an easy trick to do, clearing that bridge room that cleanly.
That's also not an easy trick to do, trying to jump your way over to the middle. All right, Relkin's going to check the Village of Outcasts. We'll have the identity of Thieves Town coming up here real soon. And Telethar with his GT Big Key is going to be able to check this as well. Yahoo!
We need that.
Yahoo!
Thieves Town is the Fairy Ascension drop down, and it goes to TR Ledge.
TR Bridge.
Inside this Mimic Cave is a gambling game.
And behind the Ice Armors, we get ourselves a refund, a Bombo's Medallion, and 20 rupees.
Is Telethar doing this?
Telethar is not doing... Okay.
Portal save. He has a portal in Village right now.
That is actually very, very smart play.
I would not have thought of that in a million years.
And this is why this is a match between 4-0 and 3-1.
Instead of if it was you and me, where it'd be a match between 1-3 and 0-4?
Pretty much. It's these kind of small, minor... You think they're minor things, but they turn out to be, holy cow, they actually thought of that.
Like I said, that I would never have thought of that in a million years. And this means that Telethar will be able to get to his mitts through that connector.
So yeah, TR Bridge is rather irrelevant this go-around. Except for Telethar hasn't seen Spectacle Rock yet, so... he's about to get some piece of sadness when he comes out this and sees that this is the TR laser exit.
When did we get the the Thief Sound Big Key? I actually missed that somewhere. Because both runners have it, so it was just me overlooking it, I guess.
I don't know. The last 68 minutes have been a blur to me.
Although we're finally getting some routing divergence.
Another small pod key right there.
Which we know to be logically locked behind magic powder. So, if you're looking for anything, you can follow some logic occasionally. Oh look, there's an empty house under the rock.
Yeah, one of our guard callers over there.
With my favorite thing of you can pull on Mario's mustache in that picture and you can get money. Or a drop down, tree pull equivalent. I say money because, you know, vanilla game.
Sword upgrade.
We like those. They're sort of a big deal.
Obviously, we cannot check the big chest at this point. We don't have a hammer.
Makes you wonder where that's going to be.
I'm blind.
That would say a lot about the seed, really.
It would.
So if hammer ends up on blind, where's the powder put in logic?
Swamp first chest. Hammer!
Rick?
Hi there, Zeke.
Why is there a hammer on green pendant blind?
I don't know, but after getting so many things wrong in my calculations earlier in this seed, it's very scary that that's the one I get right.
A little bit. And Ralkin's going to take his key and go find out what is here. Telethar is about to feel very, very bad.
Yeah, he's gonna wish that he's gonna wish that he had the mitts for making this route easier.
I'm still in shock about that hammer.
All right, what's in the big chest?
Hook shot. That would
Why
be
the-
terrible.
Why the hook shot?
Why did I say hook shot? I don't like wishing ill on runners.
Yeah, but you've seen enough races. You know how this game operates. The game gives the ill will to the runners enough already. Alright, here we go. It's a map to swamp.
See? That's like a hook shot. It's related to the hook shot.
And because we got the hammer where we did, now we can go ahead and check this entrance. Hi, Hera! Now, one thing is, Relkin has not gone back to GT. Oh, there's our lamp!
What is the logic? What is the logic on this seed, Rick?
Go to desert. There's
There's
another
our
bow!
other bow.
Go to desert. Get into the dark world. Go to Hyrule Castle. Use your mirror. Do stuff on the mountain. Good luck afterwards.
This seed is a mess. Hey, that hammer means we can get the back of escape now.
Yes, again. Telethar's going to get to the back of escape through a different way. I have a feeling that Telethar is going to be doing the mirror portal and dropping down. Sort of
That's a
right
vanilla
on the
source.
princess!
Why is that vanilla of all things?
Alright, here goes Telethar. He's going to mirror so he can get the back three of escape.
What would seal this seed is magic powder back here, actually. That would send it right into the annals of incredible seeds.
Bombs. Big T to Turtle Rock. We do need that.
And Telethar is going backwards.
Mm-hmm. Gotta try to get that item, which he'll find out is the mushroom. Relkin gonna use that newfound hammer to check what I call the one-offs.
I mean, that would have been nice earlier.
The 300 rupees, so that way we didn't have to do simultaneous arrow games.
You're right. No, we want that might be very possible because the simultaneous arrow game is still the highlight of this race.
Now, I think the hammer on blind has now become the highlight of this race.
That said,
Relkin's about to get vanilla.
and
It's going to be
not just
pure vanilla.
First, he's going to take the blacksmith on an adventure.
And he's going to get silvers for it.
Yes, he is.
The one thing Relkin's going to end up doing here is going to be wishing that he had that Hera big he's about to get.
He can just as easily go back to Hera.
I know. It's just when you're already there and you have to go back, you feel just for a moment there. Even just for a moment.
I'd be more upset if Hera was at Mimic Ledge. Did we get something off of Purple Chest? I don't think so.
Yes, we did. 20 rupees.
So no, we didn't.
No refunds, please. There's the silvers.
Don't you like getting silver arrows in the first, within 5 minutes of each other?
Yes, indeed. This seed is filled with comical fun, Zeke.
What makes it especially fun is I still want to know where this magic powder is. I'm going to be wondering that all day, and you know it.
So much so that if we don't find magic powder, you're gonna ask them to play out the seed.
No.
Okay. Telethar is saying no to fake powder.
Luckily, that won't hurt him. Because, well, yes, it's the Thieves' Town small key. There was only a map there.
Telethar grabbing the boomerang.
First stun item, kind of a nice thing to have.
And Relkin and Frog Buddy about to face off against the Ice Armos.
You know this is going to be an easier Ice Armos for Relkin than it was for Telethar.
Yeah.
So 1, 2, 3,
6
4,
versus
5,
18.
6. Isn't it amazing how good silvers are?
Yeah, they're an all-right item in this game. All right, Relkin now going to get his vanilla. Sick Kid. We don't have a bottle for that.
We are
Where's this?
78. That was an ice palace. We are 78 minutes into the seed. We know exactly 3 crystals in the Dark World. And we have no bottles.
I mean, Relkin does have a dungeon beat.
Yeah, it's green pendant. But
And we haven't found Zahashwala yet.
for all we know, he's right here.
All right, Zeke. Here's Zahashwala right there.
See? Sahasrala.
Yep, perfect. I didn't know Sahasrala went into the money-making business.
I mean, that's why his name is Shop-Hasrala. That would have been funnier if I could have said it the first time. Did you know changing Sahasrala's name around is actually really hard to do?
Yes, it is. Is he the one who invented Shop Sanity? Hey, we get a map check.
It's crystal.
It was a crystal at Hera. All right, Hyrule Castle, Agate Tower entrance. Let's go.
Yeah. Old man.
It's the rescue cave.
It's the only dark cave we have left. Do you like Palace of Darkness?
I don't.
Okay. Well,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not average frustrated gamer. I can't tell you to believe in Pod.
You know, he's not the first person I think of when it comes to Palace of Darkness.
Who do you think of?
Leoria. Hey,
yeah, but Leoria doesn't have a emote that's the 2/4 drop.
So, do you like going back up Tower of Hera?
No.
I don't think Relkin does either.
Yeah. This is not a good feeling here for Relkin at all.
So, what do you think is over here that we could have mimic clipped, do you think?
Bottle.
Anything useful?
Bottle.
With a potion in it?
There's a heart container. And that's not a bottle.
Well,
thank you, Gabe.
Mimic Clip would have been a waste of time.
Yes, it would have.
Because it would have made it, to be honest.
Which would have been harder for you to die. Relkin this time gets the jump correctly. Gets a big key to Eastern.
We don't know where that is yet.
No, we don't.
When we find it, we can full clear it.
Yes, we can.
We will not be taking a page out of Zelda Hassan's book.
You mean the Zelda DEP?
Why do it when you can full clear it and you don't know what the prize is?
Bingo. Whole lot of nothing there. Telethar's doing something that he knows is out of logic. And it still is out of logic even to us, because the most amount of pod keys we've seen is 3.
And one of the pod keys we've seen is behind the big or the small key of Thieves Town.
Right. Which is behind the powder. Remind us where the powder is again?
What powder?
Exactly. Flute!
You like those. You like having one of those, because that's access to the mire area. But do you know what the flute does for Telethar?
It gets in the mire area.
It takes him further and further away from Thieves Town.
Yes.
That's not good for him.
I mean, you're right.
He doesn't know that.
And he has no way of knowing that.
We know this.
Yes, we do, because Ralkin decided he was going to go inside of Thieves Town. And it would be an interesting question here for Telethar on why he decided he wasn't going to dig. Maybe he just did not want to orphan the big chest. And that's an understandable thing.
I mean, when you find you have the small key and you find the hammer on blind, there really isn't much of a better time to go for the big chest than right then.
Yep.
Because he also knows that the small key is in a pretty bad spot.
Ralkin going and starting here in the dark world. As we welcome in the many raiders coming in here from twitch.tv/Solski. Bombos required to get into the mire entrance.
99 viewers. I'm guessing there was a Grimace race going on. But welcome in, Solski and friends.
So for those of you that are just tuning in, we saw a hammer on blind for the better part of the first hour to the sea. These two runners were running almost in sync. There's a Haspala in the desert area.
And now Telethar knows there's a pendant Thieves Town might not want to go in at all.
Yeah, but he might have to.
Well, we kind of know that he has to.
He might have to. But yeah, hammer on blind. And we don't know the logic that gets that small key into logic yet, because we haven't seen the powder.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be one of our mysteries to figure out over the course of the next half hour.
That said, we're in Ice Palace right now.
Yeah,
what are your thoughts on Ice Palace?
It's chilling.
Big key.
Big key. Oh my goodness!
That's 2.
And that's pure vanilla.
Yes, it is. Telethar has found the thief or the blind's hideout. You gotta love getting a big key for Ice Palace when you'll go in, don't you?
You gotta love getting vanilla at any point in this game.
It's worth pointing out, that big key's not in logic either.
Why?
Because it's behind the hammer.
And what's the problem with that?
We still don't have magic powder.
Turtle Rock entrance. At Mire entrance.
Funny.
And what would put this all in logic at this point?
The powder.
Just that?
Pretty sure.
Because I have still a lot of countless questions for you.
I mean, what we're seeing on Telethar side needs a pile of pod spawns. Also, Telethar has done the hardest trick in the entire game, and that is remembering to go down when you don't have a hook shot.
There's a TR small right there in the Ice Palace big chest. And yes, you are right. That is one of the hardest tricks of the game. Remembering when you don't have stuff. And a whole lot of nothing in here.
We have chat rooting for a hookless GT climb.
Yeah, let's just put the hook on Success GT at this point.
Can we not?
I mean, we could not, but this game's already had enough jokes for our runners at this point. Hey, there's our mini Moldworm Cave.
I've seen it be mini helmets for Cave and Enemizer before. That's Pen and Dice Palace.
And there's our other sword upgrade. And that's all we have seen over here. All right, so we now have 2 pendants for Ralkin and 1 crystal. And Broccoli Man.
Broccoli Man fights Triangle Man. They have a fight, Triangle wins. Triangle Man.
Over here at Checkerboard, we find the Pyramid Fairy. There's our first bottle.
It's taken us 88 minutes to find a bottle, and it's not even in logic. Catfish isn't logic. We should go there.
Why?
And Telethar is dipping Hammerless Ice Palace.
Which is a bad moment here, but we didn't really see anything in here for Ralkin either.
It's a decent density play, though.
It is. You're in the area, so
yeah.
I understand this move. I understand it.
If I were in Telethar shoes, I'd probably consider it.
And Ralkin's going to combine this with checking or not. I think Ralkin's going to check Ice Palace entrance over here, find out that it's Sick Kid.
Doesn't have a bottle.
And then check this big chest.
Yeah.
And then, if he's got enough keys, and I think he does have enough keys, get all the way to Laser Bridge, because we haven't seen Laser Bridge yet.
We have not.
And why haven't we seen Laser Bridge yet?
Because it is not been found. Because it's at the vanilla entrance of Turtle Rock.
Okay. I'm ready for that one. Single rupee.
That said, I don't expect to see where Laser Bridge is.
Why?
Because I expect to see a dead Trinix.
And if Ralkin does that, oh my goodness.
He'll be in the mire area.
He'll be in the mire area. How many keys? Okay, I'm gonna bring this up as a serious question.
Okay.
How many keys does it take to get to the front of Turtle Rock? From either the left or the right entrance?
That's logical access.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I'm asking that.
It might be 3, though. I'm not sure. When in doubt, the answer is all of them.
If anyone has an answer for that one, that will answer whether or not Mire access has been logical all along.
There is nothing on Laser Bridge.
There's a laser to the tummy for Relkin.
That sounds unpleasant.
Very.
See,
But there's
nothing.
a big key to
See,
Swamp.
nothing. We're
Relkin
actually
is going to
taking
go
the
up the
entrance. I'm surprised.
entrance. And oh!
A logical. Well, actually, it's not logical because I believe you do need 3 to go down, regardless.
That also does take care of all of our forced connector exits.
Recidor is being helpful in chat and saying that he thinks it's 3. So thank you very much, Recidor.
Also, thank you to Goomba as well, even though they can't hear us. All right, Relkin versus Trinex. It's game on.
All right. Big angry turtle with 2 elemental breathing heads versus Mario. Who do you have your money on?
Mario.
Okay.
It suggested that you need all 4, actually, from Goomba. And Telethar wants that key back.
I mean, he wants to be able to kill Trinex. He only has the 1 right now. That wasn't the Meyer entrance.
No, it wasn't. I had
That
it
was
marked
the
wrong.
desert entrance.
That's the desert entrance. All right, so that scrape all the things we've just mentioned here. Relkin, though, will be able to get these 2. Also, still no way of getting that Quake, or rather the Turtle Rock entrance. The actual entrance itself, we don't have the Quake medallion. It's the only medallion we don't have. Oh, Telethar taking a tumble. That's a tough tumble to take. I don't know where he fell off, but...
Early. Because he had to flip the switch still.
So he hit down perhaps when he got to the end of the ride on that first segment.
So, if you're Relkin right now, where do you go next?
Well, you see...
You're not Relkin.
I'm not Relkin, so I'm interested in seeing where he goes. And I don't even think Relkin knows where he wants to go based on that hesitation.
That is how that came across, didn't it?
Exactly. That right there was a... That's a bad death to take because how far Telethar has to walk back to get there.
Yes, it is.
Alright, so... I'm intrigued at this point. Looks like we're going to Dark Shopping Mall.
We have 1 entrance over there. I don't think
Now-
Relkin's been down there to get the
Yeah.
Light World one either, so...
Has Relkin been over here at all, though?
I don't know, actually.
Because we know from seeing it on Telethar's side that Spike Cave's over here. And yes, Relkin has not been over here.
So there's actually 4 entrances, because I don't think he's checked the Rock in the Light World.
No, he Oh, boots!
Boots!
Oh, what are those?
Those are boots to let you go fast.
Those are big-time boots. All right, we have a few more entrances added to our to-do list. Actually, we only have 2 more entrances added to our to-do list.
Yeah, we've already seen both Lonk and Donk Rocks.
Lonk and Donk Rocks.
Yes.
Let me
Come up
guess.
with those names?
Let me guess. Lonk is the light world rocks next to Link's house, and Donk is the dark world ones.
Correct.
I know lingo! Telethar has very little magic and very little life at this point.
Yeah, this isn't a great situation for Telethar.
Nice firing of the arrow. Switches over, gets the health. At this point, I would, if I'm Telethar, find out where this entrance will take you right now. Because you need not to go all the way back to that dark room upon a death.
And it looks like he is doing exactly that, hoping it's not a one-way, which we know it's not.
I mean, that potion is going to help immediately.
We are running very, very fast. We are going directly for... We're going for the bonk shot.
The bonk shot. The one chest we can get here in Hookshot Cave. That is in logic.
There's also... the GT one's not in logic, but...
Hookshot there!
What? That's a bonk shot!
Oh my!
This C's got all the fun jokes, doesn't it?
Hammer on blind, hookshot in the hookshot chest. Oh, this is super spicy.
Things are looking to be going a little bit in Relkin's favor at this exact second.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. I think this is Relkin's world. We're just all living in it. Swamp is a crystal. It looks like Skull Woods is also a crystal as well. Yep, confirmed by his tracker.
We need to know...
We still need to find the scroll back.
We need a handful of dungeons.
So the flute is boots blocked.
We need a handful of dungeons, Frick. And
Yes,
we need
we do.
to know very specifically if this... Words are hard.
TR small.
We need to know if we need this desert big key. Because if desert is a pendant right now, Relkin's in entrance mode.
That is very true. Wait, where was the swamp small that he got?
I don't know.
And there we go. There's the Palace of Darkness small. Oh, Hookshot Cave. Okay. While we're all going crazy over the Hookshot being in Hookshot Cave, apparently Swamp Small was there as well.
Okay, to be fair, that's easy to miss when you just pull a hookshot in a hookshot cave.
Very much so. And the bad thing here for Telethar is that K45, which is on Dark Shopping Mall, is a one-off location for Telethar. He's probably waiting to get the hammer to make that play over there.
Luckily, based on the direction he's going, he might be getting it here shortly.
There's the other Castle Tower small. As we welcome in more audiences coming in here and watching, you are watching this match between 4-0 Relkin, 3-1 Telethar. Relkin has pulled a hammer on blind. And also the boots and K45 out on Dark Shopping Mall and Hookshop, which was Zeke.
In Hookshot Cave.
In Hookshot Cave.
In the chest that I affectionately refer to as the bonk shot.
And it definitely was a bonk shot. At the 101 minute mark, once again, be sure to give a big old thank you to Nissan for giving us a chance to talk about this incredible race. That for the first 60 minutes, Zeke, these runners were doing the same things together.
Yes, they were. It came down to, honestly, so far the difference has come down to Relkin's decision to go into Thieves Town.
Yeah, Telethar did the first 4. Relkin decided, hey, I'm going to make a push for this and go through here. And then a low hammer on blind.
I'm trying to think of where we have entrances left, because we're missing...
King's Tomb, Bonk Rocks.
And Turtle Rock.
Those are the 2 big ones.
So that means one of those is probably Skull, and one of those is probably Eastern.
Hey, Zeke.
Yeah?
I know Relkin has 0 keys for it at this point. Meyer. 5-6. Take that bomb back. That's the other entrance.
Wait, I thought we saw Meyer.
We did see Meyer. But completion of that completes our 5-6, so therefore that gives us another entrance that we could check.
I'm trying to remember where Meyer was.
Super Bunny exit.
At top of the mountain, okay.
Somewhere in there we do need to find Skull Woods. That is the only dungeon that we are missing at this point.
It's worth noting, we might not even see Eastern. It could be the last pendant.
Oh, true. We haven't seen Eastern. I forgot about that one. And Telethar is going to have a very sinking feeling in about 13 seconds. I timed it. 13 seconds.
Did you?
Not really. But it almost feels like 13 seconds. Blue mail.
We finally have an armor upgrade, and that is not what you want to see on blind at 1 hour 43.
Yeah, after you've already dodged the dungeon the first time around, you feel absolutely sunken right now if you are Telethar. But the only thing you can do at this point is press forward. And Telethar is about to find out just how much that hammer was required this seed. Was that a triple?
Triple.
That was a really extraordinary triple there from Relkin. What was that, a 1-3-2? And there's the silvers for Telethar.
Yeah, offensively, C is quite free right now.
And for those who are also wondering, we did need to do this this Ganon's tower, because Ganon, vanilla.
Yep. We know this is just the Hyrule Castle map.
Yeah, but Relkin still wants to get a little more information about this seed, because that question still, that question still looms large about desert versus eastern. And into Pod Relkin goes. Relkin with 5 keys. It's going to be able to get everything in here, including that flute, which will open up more possibilities for Relkin. It's going to take him away from being able to figure out where Skull Woods is going to be for a while here. But at this point, Telethar can't get to Skull Woods.
Worth noting, the one interesting thing on the route here I've seen is we can do the... What is it? The vanilla big key chest.
Yep. Relkin can do everything.
Yeah, so it's just interesting to see it after the trip to Helma, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
but you can still mirror from it, so... Hey, what's your thoughts on Helmasaur King?
It's an enemy that exists. Sometimes stingy. Very rude when he doesn't appear in normal places.
And very hilarious if you put him on a bed of conveyor belts.
Yeah.
Ask anybody in Twitch chat their favorite Enemizer boss, and you'll probably get Helmasaur on conveyor belts. Or Tyranix on ice.
Well, their instant answer is Helmacopter. That is their instant answer. Telethar finishing off his second crystal of this game at 147.04.
How many games can you say your first crystal in the game is Turtle Rock?
Not too many. I feel like that is either an inverted or a entrance mode specialty here.
I mean, even in inverted, do you know how many requirements there are to clear that dungeon?
Yes, a lot, but who cares about what the requirements are?
You do when one of those is an ice rod that you haven't found yet.
Yeah, but usually that leads to nothing, and Turtle Rock's a pendant, so screw that.
Helmasaur is our crystal. We have a 50-50 between Eastern and Desert. And Telethar, if Telethar would map check, we'd be able to know.
Yeah, we would be in no mode right at this point, but Telethar looks like he's going to be heading... it looks like Telethar's going to be making his way to Dark Shopping Mall, which means he will get those boots.
That would
Needs
be nice
to piece together the hookshot part.
I mean, boots only unlock so much, really.
What does it unlock?
Well, there's two entrances that we haven't seen. There's items on the torches, and a bonk shot.
Oh! Relkin did not go back into pod.
It's pretty easy to get back to pod. He might be playing if I can clear dungeons, I'm in go mode.
Right. It's just interesting to see Relkin going back through the Old Man Rescue in order to get back over here onto the mountain.
I mean, Misery Meyer's up here.
Yes,
so
it is.
All the way the long way. And Telethar gets his boots. And if I know Telethar, he's not happy to get them this late, but he's happy to have them.
And for those wanting to know where the bomb shop was, it was in Kakariko Village. And there's Relkin coming into the Dark World. Obviously, we still can't check that. But we are going to head to Misery Mire. It's our biggest quantity of items at this point.
It's an own crystal.
And it is part of the 5-6 complex.
Yeah, 5 and 6 gives me a complex sometimes.
What kind of comp? Oh, beautiful Mire.
Beautiful Mire, too.
If it sounds like we're gushing over these runners' combat skills, is because they are good.
We are.
And we are.
Let's not lie. We are.
Telethar is... Oh. This is interesting now, friends.
I mean, for the record, Telethar is an accomplished hoverer. So this is not a surprising play.
It's not. It's just a surprising move at this stage, but can't fault Telethar for making the decisions that he is making. Hookshot is in the bonk chest in Hookshot Cave.
Which is a mere portal.
This is
and
a small
any
key
entrances
to this
left.
dungeon. Thank you, game.
That would have been nice to have before entering the dungeon.
This is a seed we are very thankful for Nilson Alex saying, hey, we're going to restream these two runners. This is a small key to this dungeon.
I was about to be very upset if that was the third key to Misery Mire.
We know it's not, because Telethar somewhere got a Mire Small.
Right.
I don't remember where Telethar got the Mire Small, but Telethar got
House
it.
of Darkness, U room left.
Thank you. We still don't know where the powder is, friend.
Is that important? Yes. In fact, it is very important to this logic.
All right, so yeah, if you are tuning in late into this match, where were you? I demand answers. Secondly, Hammer on Blind. Boots were in K45, followed on Dark Shopping Mall. Hookshot. Yeah, it was in a beautiful location.
Ooh, we're about to see the flute spooky.
Beautiful.
Also, if you weren't here from Service Race, then I think people need to follow Nelson Alex so they can not miss the start of these races.
All right, Silver Arrows against Vitreous. Let's go.
Would you agree with my statement, Rick?
I would agree with your statement right there. After all, it is now 2 o'clock in the morning, Central European time, and here's Alex giving up his night for us and our enjoyment.
And to show off two incredible runners, and we're about to see a hover. Come on, Telethar, show us how it's done.
Okay, here we go. No, it's not like
that's
that.
Not how it's done. Try again.
Take number 2. All right, so we're not going to get these two boot-locked checks starting over here. Hey, Hotel Mario, and that's a hover there for Telethar.
Correct me if I'm wrong, is it just the eyes that change for Dark Link when you get the armor upgrade?
I want to say yes, but I don't know enough information.
It's not my sprite of choice, so I don't know.
There's Eastern. We will have our true map knowledge in about 3.5 minutes.
If I'm correct, that means that we need to either do Big Bomb or find Quake.
I do believe you
There's
are
the-
correct.
Holy logic!
So what did we just find?
The magic powder. Behind the boots.
In Eastern?
Uh-huh.
In Eastern?
Logically required double dip of Eastern Palace. You are logically expected to bonk open these rocks and dive Eastern Palace without a bow and without the big key.
All right, where was the Eastern big?
Tower of Hera. Big chest.
Okay, yep, so, yep. Yep. And you were supposed to go down and get those boots earlier in the seed. Telethar back into the Palace of Darkness to finish this off. There's our Quake!
Okay, so we are in potential Desert Big Go mode. And
All
we'll find
dependent-
out here in about 2 minutes. Or less. So yeah, this seed, the logic on this seed is a train wreck might be putting it lightly.
I mean, the item placement of this seed was already a train wreck to begin with. How many times have you or I gone crazy on this commentary call?
Once each when we first got here. Because going crazy would imply we stopped.
That actually is a very true statement. So in a sense, I'm not going to argue with you on that one at all.
Hey, what are your thoughts on the Armas Knights?
They're not going to exist much longer.
I do appreciate having both runners in a different bow dungeon at the same time, by the way. Of which neither of them knows what the prize is. And yet the other one knows what the prize is.
And really at this point...
Oh, Relkin's in go mode.
Why?
Look at Telethar's tracker.
Well, Relkin doesn't know it yet.
Yes,
But Relkin doesn't know it yet.
He's about to know it.
Yes, he is. At 1 hour 57:48 with that crystal discovery, Relkin's in go mode. Still needs to find Skull Woods, but there's only 2 locations remaining on this map where it could be.
Oh, chat's right as I read back a little bit. Your only logical access to the Dark World to get to your hammer and your mitts was to go through the back of Skullwood's connector and then drop down.
Yahoo! That is such a fun logic chain. Telethar's about to get to Eastern in just a moment. But I think at this point, this is Relkin's race. We're just living in it.
We just need to find this skull entrance, and it's one of 2 at this point, isn't it?
Yep. Turtle Rock entrance or the Pyramid Ferry.
But first, I think we should visit Swamp Palace. I hear it's nice this time of year. Doesn't swimming that look good in all the heat we've been having?
Relkin's still checking.
What could Relkin be missing? Relkin's looking for a flute.
Oh, right, because he didn't finish off Palace of Darkness, and that is the largest concentration of caves he has yet to find. So Bomb Shop is located at the tavern in Kakariko Village. So it's easy to get to. I mean, you don't need the flute to get to it or to get it back. Obviously, the flute makes it easier, but you don't need it.
So yeah, Relkin is in go mode and is looking for a flute. Because we know Skull Woods is not in the Mire Desert region.
Yep. So I recant my statement about Relkin being in go mode. Because obviously, in order for him to be in go mode, he needs to know where Skull Woods' back is.
It does look a lot like he is just going to go
Nice,
through,
man.
potentially leave the left side and even the reach around room.
Yeah, Mire area is locked behind the flute. And really the only thing that we saw there, we saw item caves. And the only real item that Relkin's missing out on is Buttersword. Yeah, there's no better feeling than at 2 hours in still searching entrances.
Swamp Palace, more like Swamp Palace. That was forced.
As we make our way over to Argus. What do you think Argus is going to drop for us?
Admittedly, comment in chat. I forget which chest is which, and I can remember it being.
I keep mixing up the map and the compass chest in that dungeon. Nice zero cycle.
Beautiful zero cycle.
Zero cycle
was-
Argus.
That was quite possibly the most beautiful fight I've seen. That's required for Trident's kill.
DR4 has been located.
That was a beautiful Argus kill.
This is why Relkin is as herald as he is when it comes to his combat. All right, save and quit. Which one do we check first? Do we check the Turtle Rock entrance, or do we check the Pyramid Ferry? And it looks like we may be checking Pyramid Ferry first. Or not. Oh, he's going to go check Turtle Rock first. Go through the Elder's house over to Floating Island.
I mean, that makes sense. It's the faster check.
Chat inquiring why Telethar appears to be a mile behind. Hammer was on blind. Hammer led you to the Tower of Hera. The boots were out on Dark Shopping Mall. Hookshot is something that Telethar hasn't seen yet. And we're about to get a simultaneous check of this TR entrance. Is it here, Zeke?
No, it's from Pyramid Ferry.
Okay. And survey says Spiral Cave. And Relkin's taking it.
I mean, why not? He's still looking for a flute, too.
I can think of countless reasons why not, but you are right. He's still searching for a flute.
Telethar wants to do Meyer while he's up here. Hey, look, red mail.
Yeah. So Relkin saw the other end of it. The bottom takes you out of the Palace of Darkness entrance.
So
We're going to do the Pyramid Ferry bomb at this point.
then why are we going to Dark World?
Well, because we got to end up in the Dark World at some point. So why not just mirror in front of the tavern and carry the bomb into the Dark World? Gotta remember, Relkin doesn't have a flute here.
I know. Because it's
So-
in the big chest of pod that he skipped a while ago.
Yeah, and he doesn't even know it at this point.
He doesn't even need it at this point. Also, the two Meyer Smalls in Meyer was still funny.
Yes, it was. It may not necessarily have been funny for the runners, but it was funny for us.
It might actually be funny for Telethar too. He did have a key coming in.
And feeling when you try to get yourself hit, and the enemy doesn't give you that right bounce back frame, so you still can't get the dashing.
Alright. Skullwood is behind the big red bomb.
And I prematurely had mentioned this in the past, but now it is going to be official. At 2 hours, 5 minutes, and 46 seconds, Relkin, with that Skullwood's discovery, is just around the corner from Ganon. And in Go
Yeah.
mode.
I like that there's a... Don't you like having your final boss, your final crystal be right next to the pyramid drop?
Yeah, so that way you can get a nice health refill, your magic refilled, and go right straight to Ganon in 2 seconds or less. Granted, it'll take more than 2 seconds, but still.
These stairs are not fast. So yeah, just worry. We are almost finished with this run. Relkin has put on a show for us here. Telethar's put on a show for us. We got to see some hovers today too.
There's the book. And yeah, this has been a very interesting race to watch. One last time before we go into Ganon, be sure to give these runners a follow.
So, that said, here's Ganon.
Alright, we've been here before. Really not much to say about this one. Just Ralkin made the play to go to Thieves Town and complete the dungeon, and that's where this race went.
It is. I mean, Telethar made admittedly, with what the information he had, a pretty solid call to go into Hammerless Ice. It was a high-density play.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate that that just added into a return trip, and Han was another return trip. You get rid of those double dips, the scene feels better for Telethar.
Hey, Rick! Do you like your Ganon to come with all of the warps?
No. I'd like for the Ganon to stick around in one location and not do this whole warping thing, please. Thank you. Okay, bye.
He listened to you at the end.
Alright, there's one silver arrow. Ralkin getting set up.
That should be a
Here's
triple.
a good triple here. If he can actually get to the silvers. 1, 2, and 3. We're done.
Have you ever watched a controller eat 3 consecutive up inputs?
Yes. All the time. It feels horrible. Get your GGs. Ralkin wins.
Yes, please, get your GGs in chat for Relkin finishing this race in a... what is our official time?
Well, let's see.
2 hours, 8
2
minutes,
minutes.
and 35 seconds.
And Telethar hits the, okay, we're good enough here. Okay, bye.
Do you blame him?
I can't blame Telethar at all.
And welcome in, Telethar. I believe we have to get Relkin invited to the server still.
There we are.
And welcome in, Relkin. GG's to both of you.
Hey, GG's Telethar.
GG.
So the theme of the seed for the first hour, you both were pretty much doing everything together. You two were like stuck on each other like glue for the first hour, but then Relkin makes the one decision that Telethar didn't.
To get boots?
Blind.
To go to do backup Thieves Town.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, that's
Nice.
That sucked too.
Yeah, nice hammer on blind right there.
Yeah, and you know, I only recently got the logical access to it in Eastern.
Yeah, the powder that put it all connected all the dots.
Yep.
The Eastern that, as Zeke had pointed out, you were required to double dip.
Logically.
Yeah, because you needed to get the powder to get the Steve Small, to be able to get Hammer off blind, to get into Hera, to get your Eastern Big out of Big Chest.
Yeah. I was saying logically, not actually.
Yeah.
I like to look at logic because sometimes it's silly.
Yeah.
Also, the lamp is in Hera too, so that adds to the logical fun.
Yeah.
But
How late was I to the boots, relatively?
10 or 15 minutes, Rick? What do you say?
About that, give or take.
Okay.
Give or take 5 minutes. It was not an early boots for Relkin either.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not exactly a friendly location to get back to.
No, I should have been back. I should have gone back there. I made a mistake, and orphaned that location for no good reason, and I realized that mistake immediately, and then wasn't going to go back there, and lost a lot of time.
And I do think there's a couple of components of luck that came into play, like Relkin checking a connector, the elder lady there, the elder that takes you to Floating Island, so he could get those mitts, whereas you, Telethar, had to stomach another trip through Skull Woods and that mania to get back to the Dark World.
Yeah, I checked a different connector and got punished for that. Oh.
That first access to Northwest Dark World was horrible.
Yeah, it's not ideal.
Really not much to say in that regards. Just some things came down to luck, some things came down to just a decision that Relkin decided to do with regards to Thieves Town. So what I guess my question turns into, what made you choose to do Thieves Town when you did, Relkin?
I'm pretty sure I didn't know it was a pendant, so I don't know. That having the thieves small, maybe just want to go ahead and do it. I guess.
You had the small key?
Yeah, I fake powdered.
Okay. Yeah, that makes some sense.
Yeah, I did Dark Cross, and then I was like, well, I probably am going to find the potion shop at some point, so I'll go ahead and fake powder and then turn a mushroom in.
Well, I had okay, yeah. I did Dark Cross much later, I guess. So I didn't get the mushroom until I'd already found the potion shop. And
yeah, Relkin, when he found Hyrule Castle front entrances, did the Dark Cross then, whereas you, when you were going to the back 3 of Escape, did Dark Cross then.
Yeah, I didn't bother with back at Thieves Town because it wasn't in logic except for one chest, and I was walking to GT with like 4 keys in hand: Fire Rod, Samaria, Big Key. Like, there was
Understandable.
no reason for me to go do the back of out of logic Thieves Town, I felt like. But apparently there was. The hammer.
And that one right there, it comes down to the luck of the placement. It stinks when Blind drops the hammer. I mean, we've all have been there when Hammer drops the hammer like that. It's like, oh, really, game? You got to put that there.
Yeah.
But that was really what began the massive divergence between the two of you. And the only item that you picked up that was of substantial value was the flute out of pod. And unfortunately, all that led to was a bunch of junk items and a butter sword.
Yep.
Yeah, that was the big sticking point for me, was could I finish the seed? Did I need flute? And I was lucky enough to not need it. But I mean, if the big bomb wasn't the answer, then pod is right there, and I get the flute right after that.
Again, GG's. That puts you at 5-0, right, Relkin?
It does.
So, and then, again, GG's, Telethar. I always love seeing both you and Relkin play because you don't often get to see two fantastic players face off like this.
The amount of execution that we got to see from both of you was absolute nuts. Just incredible combat from both of you, and it was just a treat to be able to showcase some of those fast boss kills and some of those good room strats that you both were able to put off.
And that was a beautiful zero cycle Argus, Relkin.
Thank you. we can just ignore the big chest bomb jump in Hera and the death to Pokey and TR, right? That's how it works.
What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about there, Relkin. Although I did love your strats for getting rid of the 2 skulls.
Yep.
I might have to borrow that.
Yeah, I just abuse the pegs and kill them with bombs if I have low equipment.
And then on things that Rick and I wouldn't have never thought of in a million years, saving that portal in Village Teletharf when you did GT.
Yeah.
I would never have thought of that. So
Yeah, it was. I should have just been. I don't know. It just sucked because if I hadn't found Fairy Connector there, I would have still had my portal saved. That was sort of what was going through my head. Is like, oh yeah, I'll take this connector, and then I'll still have a portal save. And then I'm like, okay, well I'm on Turtle Rock Bridge, but I'll still have a portal save. Okay, well here's Paradox, or not Paradox, Spectacle Rock. Well that sucks, but maybe it leads to my mitts. Nope, it leads to garbage. And then I had to go through.
One of your forced exits.
Then I had to wait another, or like spend another 2 minutes walking back there.
Yeah, that was when by that point Ralkin had already seen Spectacle Rock, had already gone through the exits, and also had the bids at that point. So,
well, yeah, I mean, if you choose correctly, you just grab the glove and don't suffer, and then you have mitts. Right. Then you got to walk down to GT and not have to be fancy.
But like we will say that it was a fancy hover you did, though.
Yeah. We'll ignore the first fall, too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If we ignore Ralkin's fall, we'll ignore your fall.
Yes, I'm good with that.
You got the hookshot before you climbed GT?
Yeah, I mean, Hookshot Cave was right there, and I was like, I might try and hover this, but I definitely want to check this before I climb, because I'm definitely going to finish GT while I'm right here, and so I don't want to just leave Hookshot Cave when it's in logic.
Yeah. Yeah, at that point I was infinitely behind, I felt like, so it didn't really... I just was playing to go, but apparently Hookshot and Swamp Small were in there.
Yep, Hookshot was in that, obviously the one chest that can be in there, and then the last chest that you usually get had the Swamp Small.
Yeah, and, that's basically go mode then.
Yeah, it was a matter of finding Eastern and Skull at that point for me.
But right, it was a matter of could you get into your final dungeons.
Yeah, for me that would have been go mode because I knew I had access to every dungeon and could be... Well, I guess I didn't know about Desert, so I still would have been worried about Desert being a pendant or not. Maps just didn't exist in this season.
We know
they sure didn't.
And yeah, Rick and I actually missed the Swamp Small being in Hookshot Cave at first because we were still freaking out about the hookshot.
Yeah, we apologize for your eardrums when that hookshot came out.
Oh.
And also apologies for wishing the hammer upon blind.
I went straight back in after getting that. I was like, no way I'm not leaving Big Chest. Or like, no way I'm leaving Big Chest, sorry.
Any final thoughts about this race from you two?
Nope. Just
because it is 2:30 in the morning for Nissan, we might want to let him go to bed.
Yeah, let's go ahead and get ourselves towards the finish line.
I'm just on the chopping block now for Crosskeys.
Yeah, GG's do. Yeah,
I have to win everything and then win the play-in race, so...
I believe.
Fun times.
Telethar, you have the talent to do it. I believe in you.
Yeah, I mean... But it takes a certain amount of luck, so it sucks.
And I do understand your feelings at this point.
Yeah.
It's all good. I mean, someone's gotta win and someone's gotta lose. I don't really feel like I played too badly. So the boots sucked.
The boots may have sucked, but the hammer and hookshot sucked more.
Everything else was fine. The boots sucked.
Hey,
if the boots were available, the entire seed would have been fine.
Hey, Telethar, this was a good seed.
Why? It didn't have boots. Or me, like, it sucked. The seed I gave you was good.
All right, let's get on out of here, Zeke.
I think so. One last time, follow these runners. They're fantastic. Thank you to Nissan Alex for handling the restream for us today, giving up his night to show off these runners. Thank you to Rick for joining me in the commentary booth.
And thank you for saying that you're going to give up part of your evening to join me here. As stick around, we're going to be heading on over to Zelda Speedruns 2 for the All Dungeons Key Sanity Tournament, Zelda versus Jet. That's going to be a fun match. Thank you very much to Alex for restreaming this, and we'll see you next time.